This episode of Blacktop Banter is brought to you by Craftco, the world's leading manufacturer of packaged pavement preservation materials and equipment for the asphalt industry. Learn more at craftco.com. Welcome to Blacktop Banter. This is take 2 with Eli Stoehr as we're back. We didn't really officially even get to start the first one, and I forgot to hit record right on the mic. Actually, I forgot to turn the microphones on. I did hit record, but forgot to turn the microphones on. And I realized Chris will probably kill me back in Wisconsin for this. So Eli gets to retell his upbringing, and we talk about his family and whatnot. And then thankfully we didn't get into too much of the career, but welcome to Blacktop Banter, man. Again,
I'm glad to be back.
Man, it was fantastic.
10 minutes ago was great. Man, we were just...
I know. It happens a few times now. This will probably be number 3 where I've had to restart. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to kind of keep the, what I tell you it was kind of before, like guerrilla style.
Guerrilla.
Yeah,
Guerrilla
this
BB.
is totally it. You know, if we had a swing in here, you'd been like, hey, your mic's ain't checking.
If we would have been in the podcast studio.
Which you did argue for me to get into, right? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, man. So I'll reiterate what I already reiterated, and we'll knock 10 minutes of it at least out of the way. But this is Blacktop Banter. I'm with my friend Eli, who I've known now for quite a while. And, man, we've been associated because of Brian, I would say probably 10 years or so. And
has it been that long?
Yeah, bro.
10 years?
I think so. I want to say,
I don't know if that long.
Hold on, 2016, 17? It's got to be 2017, 18.
I met Brian in 2017, so.
Yeah. Well, when you're my age, bro, you just count them by decades. It's like, oh, yeah, 10 years ago. Oh. But, yeah, I mean, we get 2017, it'll be 2000. We'll be a few years from a decade, right? So, yeah, but, I mean, dude, I knew him back then. He was like, hey, and he was working in Wisconsin. He's like, hey, I know this kid in Wisconsin. And, yeah, I was really excited because, like, the natural inclinations that you had back then were, from what I gathered back then, which I didn't know as much as I know now, looked like they were natural tendencies to be a go-getter, right? And to be meticulous about what you do. So take us back once again for the second time to Hudson, Wisconsin, right? Yeah. Where you grew up, and tell us a little bit about your father, what he did, your mother, what she did, and then a little bit leading up to Doug, who I recently just heard about.
Yeah. Shout out to Doug. Yeah. So grew up in Wisconsin, Hammond, Wisconsin, actually, right next to Hudson.
Hammond.
I always say Hudson though, because no one knows you're Hammond.
How many kids were in your graduating class?
83.
I had 148.
Dude, crazy.
Where we were.
Great, tiny.
Yeah, dude. Ours is down to that size though. Like I think my daughter is a freshman. They figure she'll have 78.
It's crazy.
It's nuts, bro.
Like everyone knew everyone in the class. Like, I mean,
yeah, very well too.
Very well. But yeah, graduated with 80 some odd kids, 83 I think, in our graduating class.
What was your GPA?
Maybe a 3.1.
Oh, that's not bad. 3. That's not bad. Did you have to try very hard?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Well,
okay.
I didn't, but I needed to.
You needed to. I also didn't, and I would say mine was probably around that same.
My college GPA, that was like 2.7 or 2.8.
Okay.
Not good.
Well, tell us about your Tell us about your dad, first of all, and then tell us about your mom.
Yeah, so my dad, I had a wonderful family. Like, I have a wonderful family.
Yeah.
But, growing up, my parents were, they always tried to make it to as many hockey games or as many sporting events as they possibly could. My dad worked in facilities, still works in facilities to this day, manages a data center over in Eagan, Minnesota. So he commutes about an hour, so if there's traffic, an hour and a half one way.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
How long has he worked there?
So his story, he worked for Thomson Reuters way back in the day.
Okay.
They got outsourced, I believe, by CBRE, which was then outsourced by like JLL. It flipped. So he's been really in the same position. Well, not the same position, but like around the same people for like 30 something.
You don't hear about that nowadays, dude.
No. But his job, like he was out. I mean, like when he got outsourced and stuff, like it didn't kind of jack things up a little bit.
Yeah,
with,
man.
401ks and all that stuff.
I was gonna say he rode the rodeo though, huh? And rode it out and it happened.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Your mom?
And yeah, my mom, she's cleaned houses for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
It's a super flexible job for her, and
I heard
she
that.
loves it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
she used to take us, with to
clean house and
clean
whatnot.
houses. And
Did you really clean house, or did you play other people's
I
Nintendos and
didn't.
shit?
I played my own.
Oh, you had it. What did you have? Game Boy?
I had a Game Boy, yeah. DS. I
ASB.
think
Oh, you
it
had
was called
DS. Did you have the one that flipped up? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude, that was a
Yeah.
sick one, bro. That
Yeah.
come out when like the Motorola Razors were out, so
Yeah.
everybody
It
was
was like
flipping all the shits all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
2000s.
Did you have the one that had 2 screens?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the bottom screen was a touch screen. You had
Yep.
a little like pen.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Now look, dude. Now you're doing takeoffs and whatnot and everything, dude.
We have AI.
We have AI. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So Kelly cleans too, right? I mentioned that in our previous podcast for 10 minutes that
won't be released.
that won't ever be released ever. Actually,
there's
the
no
video
audio.
will be there. If people want to go back and just watch a silent video, but in that one, I was saying how ironic it is. Like Cisco's here, and they were talking about cleaning and whatnot. And like that's what his mom did, I think, and or his wife. I mean, it's like, dude, there's a lot of that, right? Where it's just like they have kids, the guys work long hours, so they need flexibility, but also want to, contribute.
It's a flexible gig, and I mean, you can make decent money doing it. And I think for a lot of people, it's really enjoyed,
Just in general.
Like, yeah,
I mean, it's like
it's hard. It's hard on the body.
oh, for sure, dude, for sure.
But,
Yeah, and then I think like Kelly listens to a podcast, puts
yeah,
music in. Like you get to spend all day at least doing
so does
that.
my mom, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Would you consider your mom and dad? Um, you're very articulate and I think an intellectual. Would you consider them to be that way?
Yeah, I would say so. My dad's he's brilliant when it comes to cars and engines,
Okay.
engineering. Like that's him. Like he literally MacGyver. He would MacGyver anything. He could
Really?
make anything out of anything.
Dang, man.
And yeah, my mom's super smart. I mean, she um, loves psychology. Loves like you would enjoy a conversation.
Oh
with
yeah,
her
her and I would get along.
She's especially in the recent years. She's like really dove into psychology and
wow,
and understanding and
that's really cool.
People sends me books from time to time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that happens as a person gets older, but apparently it does, I guess. But
I think we like try to understand people more as we get older.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to understand ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably trying to give I'm gonna probably look and sound like Jay Duran, right? But you probably do it to give reason to how you ended up right? So you try to find those ways along that path. What about siblings?
Yeah, so older brother, younger sister. They're still back in Wisconsin doing their thing.
Cool.
And
tell us about the hometown, because you, as in the previous podcast, you told me about Doug, and Doug was like, you owe your whole entire career to Doug.
It's funny. I don't think I've ever actually told him this too. So
yeah, that's why I tried to make light of it. You were working at a YMCA.
So I was so when I first got introduced to the heavy maintenance industry, and this is when our microphones cut off last time. So are we good? Are we on?
We're on.
Okay.
We're good, and we're going to continue it. Yeah, I really want to dig Doug. So let me know how it goes.
So when I got into the asphalt industry, first of all, I never thought I'd be in construction. Like I had absolutely no thought of it growing up. You were working at YMCA. I was working at the YMCA.
You were teaching kids swimming lessons, but also doing front desk, making $9 an hour.
Making $9 an hour, and it's
bankrolling
right as I turned 18. So like literally, my thought process was, okay, well now I'm 18. Like the day that I turned 18, I'm like, now I'm 18. I can go out, get a laborer's job, and literally double what I'm making, or close to it, right? So that's what I did. So I knew of this guy, or I knew Doug, right? Yeah. I knew that he worked at this company called Asphalt Associates. It was so random too. It was like 6:30 on a Wednesday. I just walked in one day, like printed off my resume or application at the time, just filled it out, like walked in, not dressed for the part at all. And lo and behold, Brian Hess, our current CEO, Mike Hugame, another partner at the Pavement Group here, and Brent Weiss, the former owner of Asphalt Associates, were all sitting around the table. Like, hey, bud, can we help you? I said, yeah, I'm just looking to seal coat driveways. And handed them my application. And Brian looks at me and he goes, you do realize how white your skin is, right? I'm like, what? He goes, "You're gonna be a lobster by like noon." Like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Now I understand why I said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he ended up hiring me not to seal coat driveways, but to manage a large gas station account that he recently acquired.
Why not? Right?
Why
a guy
not?
comes in wanting to make blacktop black, and he says no. But here's this huge project we have going on.
He said, "Do
I
you
want you
like
to manage it."
technology?" I said, "I do." He goes,
You pulled out a Nintendo DS.
"I have whipped out my Nintendo." No, I did not do that. But I said, "I do. I do. I really like technology." So I ended up managing the Quick Trip account for us.
Yeah. That was a huge account.
Yeah, we did a lot of revenue with those guys. It
Yeah.
was the first account.
Get it out. That's a way to cut your teeth.
Yeah.
How hard was it for you to get up to speed on that?
Not that hard. I mean, here's the funny thing is I didn't even understand the concept of contractor to subcontractor. Like I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know that subcontracting was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the difference was between asphalt and concrete. I didn't know when you crack sealed or when you did infrared patches. I didn't know any of it.
Yeah.
I quickly figured that stuff out.
Yeah.
So, the time horizon to learn that stuff was very short. But when I first started, I knew literally nothing.
So what did that job entail? Like, what if they're like, here's this account, manage it, or here's this project scope, manage it? What did that entail? Like day 1 to like day 90. Like, what did that entail?
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't just handed it and said go manage it. There was a lot of hand holding, a lot of training and learning that went into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was finding subcontractors around Wisconsin. We were doing a whole bunch of infrared patches at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now all the stores are pretty much all concrete, but at the time, a whole bunch of them were asphalt.
I come into this story in a second.
You what?
I said I come into this story in a second.
Yeah.
I'll interject. Keep going.
So my job entailed finding contractors and subcontractors around the state. We had our own crews that went out and did the ones locally, but we had this whole campaign of 300 something sites that we had to take care of. So we, it's finding all these guys, trying to locate propane for the infrared machines, trying to find the contractors, line all this up, and coordinate it with the stores. So
who was all on that team to make all that happen?
Internally, I think it was me, Mike Hugame, Brian Hess, probably Amy Ford.
Okay.
Who's
now
all at the Pavement Group.
Yeah. Ironically, right? No, I think so. Where I come into that story, Brian calls me. Actually, he calls me because we met. Started, dude. I had this just gut feeling that Snapchat was going to upset Facebook, right? So by this time, while all that's going on north of me, I'm neck deep in social media and understanding it and consuming Gary Vee early on and realizing, oh shoot, we all need to get on social media. That's how these guys are going to have advantages. That's how my business is going to grow. So I'm neck deep in it. I get on Snapchat, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it the Wiscoat one, right? And I started posting to Snapchat wildly. It's just so stupid. I would never do this now. But I start posting videos of our work to Snapchat. Us out seal coating, crack sealed parking lots, like all this stuff. And all of a sudden, like you could post it to like the story and it would be in proximity and where you were. And I think I was kind of towards I think I was in Black River Falls. And Brian must have been coming through, probably driving his way back through or whatever. Looking at Quick Trips and went to like the story, like the area. You could go to the map and click the area or whatever. And he was like, hey. I was like, hey, like I'm Brian House with Asphalt Associates. He started a soft relationship there, and he was like, kept following and whatever. And I said, he's like, I've seen you do asphalt work, whatever. And I sent him the website, sent him some of our stuff. And he's like, you guys do excellent work. He's like, would you be interested in crack sealing a Quick Trip? I was like, yeah, probably. He's like, what about 75 of them? I was like, nope, not interested. He's like, huh? I was like, no, dude. I'm like, I'm not doing gas stations. He's like, well, you just said you crack seal one. I said, I would. One close to me, close by to like where I live or whatever. I was like, I'm not doing like tons of these things. He's like, why? And that is, I think, the start of me being the weird one because I was like, because I don't want to be so busy. Like, I like going fishing and, I'm busy with my YouTube channel and stuff. And he was like, what the hell is going on with this guy? I know that's what he was probably thinking. Like most of the time in our industry, when you talk to a contractor, to get that type of like
75 projects right in front of you,
all commercial,
right,
all ready to go, they're like, whoa,
go for it.
Yeah. So he was like, yeah, I'm not going to give you one. Like, I'm going to try to find somebody who can do them all because we need to do them on a schedule and everything. But we stayed connected in a way where he kept following me and what I was doing on social media and building. And that's what led to us becoming friends. And all of a sudden, we started sharing our bigger dreams and bigger aspirations. And that's when he shared with me about you guys and what you were going to do and you yourself. So that's where the Marvin side journey and Eli Stoehr journey starts to come together and weave together, right? So you're there, you're managing these larger projects. Then what?
Yeah, so I did that for about a year or so at Asphalt Associates, and then Asphalt Associates ended up getting sold to another local company, ACI, Asphalt and Concrete. So they took it over. I did, as soon as that company was sold, I ended up doing scheduling. I was doing project management. I was doing a lot of I moved around a lot internally over one season. It was like over 7 months. I was like doing all kinds of different things. So if, eventually I was like, all right, I'm not going to do this. Like, I don't really see a future here. And at that point I was ready to like drop out of school, drop out of college at the same time.
What were you studying?
Sales and marketing.
In college?
Oh, ironic, right? Yeah.
Where at?
River Falls.
Okay.
Yeah, University of Wisconsin, River Falls. So
cool.
Went there for 2.5 years and decided that it wasn't for me to keep going at, paying, whatever it was, 30 grand a year or whatever.
Do you ever have any inkling to want to finish that?
Not really, no.
You think maybe one day you will?
Maybe one day. Maybe one day when I'm good, it really, maybe way down in the future. I really don't right now though.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's gonna be so much fun to talk about later on.
I'm good. I literally, I don't have a college degree. I just have my high school diploma. And I feel like in today's day and age, I feel like if I were to try to get a job anywhere else, I would probably be okay in most cases.
I feel exactly the same way. Somebody asked me this weekend, they're like, you've done such a good job. You've done such a good job with your personal brand and showing that you know what you know. If Blacktop Banner and Wisco just all of a sudden just vanished, you'd probably have plenty of offers. And then also, if you just put it out there, you were a free agent. You'd be living a good life. So I think our knowledge is very special, and what we've been able to accomplish is very special. But I just wonder about that sometimes. I think about it in the human nature aspect because I don't know, dude. To me, I feel this way, and I started very little of college, very, very little, 3 weeks worth. But it's like a I don't know, dude. It's to me, the way I look at it, it's like if you started remodeling a room and then you just left it. Yeah, I don't really need to. It does everything I need to do, but I still kind of look at it I'd like to at least finish that wall out at some point.
I've had that thought before, but I don't.
We got such a huge mansion that's all kick ass everywhere else.
Yeah, one little room. I think.
Yeah, one little room unfinished ain't a big deal. That no one really goes into or needs for anything. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I think about that sometimes.
Asphalt maintenance contractors. Winter's just around the corner, and we all know the harmful effects that colder months have on pavement. Here at Wisco, we've tried a lot of products, and we keep coming back to Craftco because of their crack and joint sealers are the best in the industry. No matter the climate that you're located in, Craftco has products that will fit your needs. Find the full product lineup at craftco.com. That's CRAFCO.com. Have you seen the smoothness and compaction that Dynapack's seismic technology has recently brought to the asphalt industry? It's incredible. And Dynapack's CC900G roller may just be the best roller on the market for driveway and parking lot paving contractors. It's even better than the little yellow one that you're used to seeing. But don't take my word for it. Give the CC900G a test run yourself by visiting Dynapack.com and finding a retailer near you.
Say goodbye to potholes and roadway damage without the need for large crews, heavy equipment, or toxic chemicals. Aquafalt is the only permanent repair material for asphalt and concrete that uses water. And installation is simple. Just pour, add water, and tamp. It's that easy. An Aquafalt repair can be opened to traffic immediately and fully sealed within 24 hours. Plus, the product is backed by a 3-year warranty and is made in the USA. Visit aquafault.com. That's AQUAPHALT.com to learn more.
I'm incredibly proud of the Blacktop Banner Edition seal coating unit produced in partnership with KM International and available now in both the 550 and 700 gallon versions. Custom built on the same frame as their bulletproof hot boxes, I work closely with KM to design what I believe is the best seal coating unit on the market. A unit designed by a contractor for contractors. See the entire walkthrough of the unit on Blacktop Banner's YouTube channel or visit kminternational.com to learn more and place your order. Since its inception, Dubuque Asphalt Maintenance has branded our trucks with the 1-800-BLACKTOP number from the 800 Pavement Network and consistently seen increases in leads and jobs completed. I know the 800 Pavement Network can do the same for your business. Visit 1-800-PAVEMENT.com and get set up with your custom phone number today.
But you end up not finishing school,
Yeah.
and then what?
Yeah. So I was still going to school at this time. So right as I I stopped working for ACI, I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure out something else to do. Mike Hugiem, who is one of our owners here, he calls me. He goes, "Hey, Red Dog," my name and
Of course.
nickname. That's the red hair. He goes, "Hey, Red Dog, what are you doing this summer?" I said, my immediate reaction was not asphalt, and I'm like, he goes, "Well, we're starting this thing. We're starting the pavement group. Like, you want to jump on board? Like, let's grab a coffee." I'm like, all right. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like,
You get a caffeine addiction.
the worst thing that happens is I get a caffeine addiction, which I still have to this day, like a lot of them. But the worst thing that happens, right? I'm like, all right, worst thing that's going to happen is maybe this thing doesn't work out, and I have to go figure it out.
Yeah.
So, from there I jumped right on board, and the rest is history, man.
Man, that's crazy.
Grown and grown and grown, and I have 30 something people on our team. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I
wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, you like it?
Sure. I love it.
That's crazy.
Love it,
dude. I couldn't do it. I could poke my head in a little bit sometimes while you've been here. I've been fortunate enough to be here a few days and kind of take it in, but I poked my head in, and yeah, I couldn't do it, dude. It's just not my.
What could you not do?
The management, the logistics, the inner working and stuff. It's just not my cup of tea. I get it. I understand it, and I'm sure if I was trained up in it, I could do it. But my immediate response is.
And that's the crazy thing, man, is like a lot of companies think that they can just spin up, let's say there's a $20-30 million self-performing paving company. They think they can just spin up a national division, which sure you might have some clients that you can service through that, but they think they can just spin it up and automatically do their 20-30 million on top, right? And it's not easy,
the
man.
way
It's
it is,
way
dude.
different.
Yep.
Like I'm used to this now. Like I understand, but like, dude, there's some days where I'm sitting like want to pound my head against the wall, right? I'm like, dude, like this can't be this hard.
It is though, dude, because you guys make stuff happen without actually being able to. This is me as the contractor, without physically being able to make it happen, right? It's from
really good relationships.
You have to
with a lot of people.
You have to, and they have to be really good relationships that you've kept there, and an understanding and experience on how to use those relationships logistically for everybody so that it works out and you deliver a quality product, right? Which has, I think, become very prevalent in this space where you guys are, because you guys are crushing, right? And it's like, okay, to create a product like that is very unique, but it takes a lot of work and a very good team. And I see that with you guys, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do any of that. I still want to fish, bro. And just like,
dude, it's hard. I mean, dude, listen, I haven't fished in a while, but like I still go golfing and I still do, like, it's not like I'm just sitting here working.
Right.
But, for the first couple of years, like you got Brian, like it was for everyone here. Like I was the, first non-partnered employee, but like the fourth person or fifth person on the team overall. It was like everyone was like grinding. Like now we're to the point where we have, like, we're still going to keep grinding. Don't get me wrong, we're still going to keep grinding. Like we've got a long ways to go. We are not nearly where we want to be, but we're to the point where we have so many resources and a lot of people now surrounding us to where like you can lean on other people in the office. You can lean on other people on our team.
Yeah.
To get things done.
Part of the protocol, right? Is that you because you have so many associates and friends and employees here, teammates, that you're able to create a little bit of space, right, for the balancing act to at least trend somewhat in the other way versus being buried over there. What do you think has been probably, thinking about the Eli before versus the Eli now? Since this has started, technology has moved us and advanced us pretty dang quickly, and there's become an understand like you have a great understanding of different things now and different aspects of it. What are some of the key things you've learned, or key things that Eli now would have helped or told Eli right out of the gate?
Biggest thing is stay patient. Like I'm even to this day, like it's like just stay patient.
Yeah.
Like keep working, it's gonna come. I really believe that if you let's say a young, it doesn't have to be a young person, it could be anyone.
Yeah.
If you want to make 150 grand and you're making 60 right now, like you got to work like you're making 150.
Yeah.
Like you have to put that work in before it comes, right? Like it goes for any level that you want to get to. So like that's literally the biggest thing that I would tell. Like if I could go back and tell my 18-year-old self this, I would say, dude, work like you make $1 million. And like I did, but like I didn't realize it at the moment. So like there was days where I was like, dude, I don't like it's terrible. Like I don't want to keep doing this for whatever I was making. But I also saw a bigger picture throughout all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could just go back and tell myself just to reinforce that, just stay patient, stay patient.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've had Brian for several years. Luckily, I met somebody who, who's been a mentor to me for many years, very young. When I was very young and very impressionable, right?
Yeah.
Who told me like, dude, you gotta stay patient, stay patient, stay patient. But if I could go back and tell myself that, I would, and I would hope that other people too, like Eli, like your Eli,
Yeah.
like that's the biggest thing I would tell him. Is, dude,
He's impatient.
You're young, man. You're young. You've got. So I'm young. I'm 25 right now.
Yeah.
Like
I'm young.
You're young, dude.
Yeah.
Stay patient.
23.
Keep grinding. Yeah, 23, right?
Yeah,
You look good,
young.
bro.
Thanks,
You look
man.
good.
Oh, thanks, man.
You actually do look good. You lost a lot of weight.
Thanks, man. Yeah, well, it's because I only drink water and eat water now, so like it works.
Water's a good diet.
Go do fantastic. What do you think? This is kind of for my own selfishness, I would say too, as well. What do you think is probably the largest challenge you've had to overcome in your career so far?
That's a good question.
I know that one might take you a minute. I should cue the Jeopardy music, but it could be personal too. Like,
yeah,
like you're finding yourself in this journey so far.
Yeah, I would say trying to figure out. I think the hardest thing or the biggest thing I've had to overcome is like I'm so young. I'm 25, right? Like I think it's having early on. It was having that
Fear,
the not really fear, but like the
complexity. I'm gonna keep just using large words.
Right
I'm gonna
now.
keep using larger words. Inferiority,
imposter syndrome. Really.
Oh, imposter syndrome. Yeah,
like early on, it was that.
Yeah. Because you're young, right?
Because I'm young.
You're trying to sell to these people who are quote unquote experienced.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've had times where I show up to a job site and the dude that I'm bidding, it's a job walk, right? And the dude that I'm bidding against is like sees me, the young 20. Well, this happened when I was 20 by 3. But all of a sudden he's saying all these giant words about all like project that I had that were way over my head, and I was like, well, like just like I could tell he was doing that to just like
make sure that he was digging
like this old guy. Yeah,
wanted to make you feel like
I'm like, well, good lesson learned. Like
I gotta write these down. Yeah.
But no, it was that early on, and now I think it's less of the imposter because I know what I'm capable of. And it's learning how to.
You got some big W's. Right?
I do. I mean, I do. Yes. But
you learn a lot from that.
You learn a lot more from the failures, though. I mean, I have a lot.
That's the next question. Don't say that.
I have a lot of little failures along the way.
Yeah.
That I've been able to learn. But yeah, just, now growing into a leadership role and
Mhm.
trying to just understand that, for me, it's been, if I can just lean on my relationships with people and I can just pour into them as much as possible, like I hope that I'm going to be a good leader.
Yeah.
That way. That's truly like how I see it. So
What about your biggest failure so far? What would you? I know you don't want to expose that, but
no,
I think it's important. I think it's important that people understand that, like, you don't get to the other side without going through the mire and the mud.
So I'll say this one, and Brian can probably attest to this one. I'm not going to say the name of the customer, but there was a bank, very very large bank that I was prospecting, and I got an opportunity to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
We got 3 projects, both multi 6-figure projects,
Mm-hmm.
and I was working on bidding them for these guys,
Mm-hmm.
and I completely dropped the ball on getting these back to these people in time, and we haven't been able to get an opportunity since. And it was a good thing for me to realize early on that, like, you only get one bite at the apple for some of these guys. And I could probably call them up today. This was a couple of years ago. I could probably call them up today and like we'll be good. But like, it was a good learning lesson. Like, I completely dropped the ball. We didn't get bids back in time. We should have invested more time. I treated it like it wasn't the large projects that it was or large opportunity it was. And
It's seared into your brain now.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm never again.
Your habit changed.
Yeah.
Right after that.
Yeah, never again am I going to let that happen.
That happens, dude. Like,
it does.
It happens early on. There's times where, like, all I wanted to do, owning Westcoat and stuff, was like do large contracts. Like, dude, just get some commercial work and get going. And I don't know if somewhat. I think that early on, like, some of them intimidated me because it was just me and one other guy, and I was doing some work or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, there's no way we can do it, and I would shuffle it off, thinking that for some reason, this is how naive I am, right? That some reason they would come back to me once I made it, right? Like, hey, I recommended so and so to you because I'm a good guy or whatever, and then finally through some of my mentors and whatnot, they're just like, why don't you just say yes, bid it, and sub it out? That's how young I was that I didn't even think of that, right? I was just like, I didn't even know it was an option.
Mm-hmm.
I was so naive in business that I was just like, only the people who are doing the work got called and are doing the work, which is just preposterous, right? So early on, being 19, 20, I actually did do seal coating when I said, hey, I want to do seal coating.
How old were you when you
I started when I was 18, 19. Yeah, which is wild, right? Have you seal coated at all ever?
Nope.
You're going to come one time, bro. You got to come out with me one time.
Okay.
One time. All right, dude. One time. All right, cool. Well,
I have no idea how to
do it on a somewhat of a cloudy day. That way you don't turn into a lobster or anything. I think you'd be okay.
I'll be as red as your hat.
Yeah, and then you should see me. Like, my face and head gets red. The rest of me gets super dark. You probably see me super dark. I'm darker than this. But yeah, dude, I get red. I burn up. Guess what? I'm 17% Irish.
There you go.
I know, bro. I'm almost like, I think they would accept me.
17%.
Yep. Yeah, it was 16, but apparently Ancestry DNA adjusts the percentage as they really hone in on technology. Okay, yeah. Now I'm having false beliefs, right, about whether.
So what's the remaining?
26% Middle Eastern, 34% Eastern European. It's like 7% Scandinavian, 1% Greek. Like, it's pretty wild.
Okay.
Yeah, which I never knew any of that. Yeah, I never knew any of that. Like, I just figured whatever. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool to kind of dig back into. But yeah, man. So as we close here, which this would have been 10 minutes longer if I wouldn't. It would have been. Forgot about that other one. But what would you say in our industry, in our circle of people who we know that do sales on large scale and land clients? You do have a great reputation, right? We all respect you very much because we know your skill set and how much work you put in, and your portfolio shows how well you've done with handling clients. What would you say is one of the best things to remember when somebody tees up a lead that you haven't had before, right? Like, whether they call in or whether even if you're prospecting and then they call back, what would be one of your best tips right out the gate?
I've got two.
Cool. Yes,
I've got
this
two.
is double,
bro. I've got two.
You overachieve.
One's tactical. One's very tactical.
Okay.
And the second one is more of a fundamental thing.
Okay.
So fundamentally, in our, well, really in any industry, when it comes to sales, you're not selling.
Mm-hmm.
You're not selling. You're providing a value. You're providing a service, and you're building a relationship, right? So like, sure, they might need their driveway or their parking lot or whatever seal coated, but like at the end of the day, it's like there's something deeper than that. And like they probably called 2 more companies right down the road from yours. Like, why are they going to choose yours? Like, build a true relationship with them. And like, dude, sales will never look the same again. Sales is not like when I tell people I'm in sales, they think that I'm like this 1980s used car sales guy, like dialing and smiling, like trying to like sleaze people into sales. It's not that at all. It's like build a true and authentic relationship. And I mean authentic, like get to know the person because you truly want to get to know them.
Yeah.
And truly solve their root problem. You're not like anyone can seal coat or pave a parking lot or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Second thing is a tactical thing to go along with the fundamental. So second thing is use selfie video, bro. I have told this to like so many people, and it is a game changer.
In what way? Tell me. What do you mean use selfie video?
So what I mean when I say use selfie video, everyone has a cell phone. Everyone has a cell phone.
Yep.
Everyone has the ability to turn the camera around and text somebody,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what I mean when I say take a selfie video is when you get a lead that comes in and maybe you talk to the person, maybe even submit a bid already. Take your phone,
Yep.
turn the camera around,
Yep.
send them a 30 to 60 second video just saying, hey, brother, wanted to reach out and thank you for the opportunity to bid on your parking lot. If there's anything that I can do, let me know. I'm here for you. This is my cell phone number. Look forward to working. That right there will close you so many freaking deals. It is unbelievable. Some of my biggest clients,
It's an easy tactic.
Many millions of dollars have been generated through that
selfie
tactic.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just builds a relationship further. Like everyone can make a phone call or shoot a text, but like no one sends a video. And I can guarantee you, if you send a selfie video to somebody on our team at the Pavement Group, if you're a contractor and you want to work with us, like send us a selfie video, send somebody on our team a selfie video. And I guarantee you it'll get shared around the office. People are going to love it. You'll get lots of work from us. And I can guarantee you that it'll work for any other client.
Now I know what I've been doing wrong. I've been texting you all.
Bro, you haven't been sending me a selfie video, Marvin.
That's what it is. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you spending some time with us and sharing your story and your journey. People, they love following along with people's stories within our industry. Where can we find you online?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm most active, but just Eli Stoehr, so Eli, and last name Stoehr, Stoehr.
Yeah, and if you're gonna follow the Pavement Group, it's at the Pavement Group pretty much everywhere.
If you just Google us, you'll find us.
Dude, it's a lot of content.
Our TikTok is fun.
Oh yeah,
follow on our TikTok.
We'll have to pop over there. All right, so live from my friend's office, Eli's employer's office. I'm Marvin with Blacktop Banter. Got Eli Stoehr with the Pavement Group, and we speak asphalt. Peace.
Hey there, Blacktop Banner fans. This is Hayden. I am the co-founder of Spot On Site. We're asphalt contractors ourselves. We run an asphalt paving company based out of Denver, Colorado. We know this is a game-changing app that will help you measure, mark your locations in your parking lots, document using timestamped photos, videos, and comments, and send professional-looking reports to your customers. We have a free 14-day trial on spotonsiteapp.com.
Hey, Jessica Lombardo with Pavex, the Pavement Experience, and I want to invite you all to join us in San Antonio for the first ever event. It will be held January 30th through February 1st at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. We are going to have a live equipment demonstration over 2 days, 60 hours of educational programming, and a full trade show floor with over 75 manufacturers of equipment in the paving and pavement maintenance space. So please join us there, and to learn more and get yourself registered, visit www.pavexshow.com.
When it comes to asphalt tools and supplies, Liberty Supply has darn near everything you need. I actually think the owner, Sam, sleeps on a mountain of spray tips in their warehouse alongside the pour pots, hot pots, steel brooms, chalk lines, flagging tape, and hundreds of other items. If you call Sam today at 800-397-9907 or visit libertysupply.biz, they'll get you set up with everything you need. For custom and multi-piece stencils, I always turn to Stencil Plus. They've supplied every stencil we use, and these things last a long time. Actually, I should probably call Jeff over at Stencil Plus and just say hi, because it's been a long time since I've had to place an order. Anyway, if you want long-lasting, high-quality stencils, head over to stencilplus.com and save 10% by using code BB10 during checkout.